Have you put all of your trust for your financial future in the hands of somebody else who says they are a trusted financial advisor and they've told you to put your money in a 401k? Is that you? Is that your plan for your retirement? Is that the plan for your financial future? Well, listen, if you have done that, don't try to read into what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this: you need a different plan. You need more than just that. At least it's a good start, and I'm proud of you for doing that. But I recently had somebody write in a question: should I borrow money from my 401k to pay off debt? Think about this. How much of a return are you making on your 401k right now? Yearly. What is your yearly return on your 401k, right? So you put in $200,000. How much more is it worth after year one? I think I heard you laugh. I think I heard you laugh, right? So figure out what the percentage is that your 401k is growing. Now, I want you to look at how much your debt is costing you. How much is your debt costing you? You know the answer. You're like, you know the answer, friend. It's a minimum of 18.9%. And in some cases, some of those credit cards are in excess of 30%, right? So from anywhere from 18 to 30% is what you're paying on the debt. That's the extra money that it's costing you, right? So it's not $1 you're paying back, you're paying $1.18 or $1.30. So if you're not making 18 to 30% return on your 401k, but that is what you're bleeding out financially because of the interest rates on your credit cards, I think a simple person knows the answer. Yeah, it might be a really good idea to look into what kind of penalties will there be if you do so. But it's just a numbers game. That's all it is. So if you would like to have an 18.9% to 30% return on every dollar, then pay off your credit cards because you are paying that much in interest. But if you pay off your credit cards and you get out of debt, now you are keeping that 18.9 to 30%. You're keeping that in your own pocket. You're no longer giving the banks $18 for every $100. You're no longer giving them 18 cents for every $1 that you are writing a check to pay off your credit card or to just make your minimum monthly payment. You no longer are doing that. You're now keeping that money. So then you have to ask yourself, then what do I do with that money? Yeah, right? Now you can take that money that once you've paid off your debt, now you got all that money that's used to going towards debt that now is yours. What should you do with that money? You should then be very wise in looking for places that have a better return than even your 401k. I think a 401k is a good, safe way to go. It's like one of those, sort of. I can't even say it's totally safe because I have family members who worked really, really hard pouring money into Social Security and their 401k. And when it came time to retire, guess what? The 401k had been losing money year after year after year, and they did not pay attention to the fact that it was losing it. And so when it came time to retire, they had to work a whole nother 10 more years just to get it to the place of where it was just before the market had crashed. Sucks to be them. That doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you at all. You can do things like what some of my children are doing. They are buying houses. In fact, one is about to become a bank for someone else to buy a house. Friend, listen to me. You can be doing so many different things that if you're willing to learn, you're willing to work, you're willing to grow, and you're willing to make mistakes, you could probably learn to manage your own money. In fact, I have to tell you, I've been really, really blessed. My husband, Hans, who grew up on the streets, who grew up as a kid who was bullied, the small, short, blonde kid living in Hawaii, with a mom who was gone a lot and an alcoholic. Friend, listen to me. He managed to learn how to manage money. In our first 10 years, we were stupid financially. We went into debt. We had credit cards. We had car debt. And we kept living this high life when we shouldn't have been living a high life. That we were not ready to live a high life. What was the proof? We were financing the high life. We were financing it. We could have had a plenty good life without ever going into debt a single time. And because we went into debt, that's how we ended up living paycheck to paycheck. Because when you add up all those credit cards, you add up the mortgage, you add up all the cars that you have on payments, pretty soon, what do you have? You just like every check is already spoken for, and who's getting all the money? The banks are getting all the money. Instead of you enjoying some of the fruit of your labor, you are now a slave, tied to the bank. So you have to ask yourself the question, why are you asking me if you should borrow against your 401k? If you are at that place in your life that you hate debt as much as I do, well, then that's a simple answer. And if your 401k is not earning you 18 to 30% return, then that's a simple answer. Even with whatever the penalties are, hello, that's a simple answer. It's a very simple answer. And maybe even negotiate with your place of employment of other options that you might have instead of a 401k.